Alrighty, y'all, so this is my quick review of Wrestlemania 2 that I watched this week. I am going through all Wrestlemanias over on the Wrestling for Life. I will be doing watch-alongs there, and I will be doing my quick reviews on this channel. So Wrestlemania 2 was actually filmed in 3 locations, one in New York, one in Illinois, and one in Los Angeles. They had 4 matches at each venue. Not sure why they did this. So I'm going to be giving about my 10 to 50 second review thoughts on each match from WrestleMania 2. So first I'm going to start off with the 4 matches from the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. First, we have Ricky Steamboat versus Hercules Hernandez. I did not like this match. I found it really boring. I love Ricky Steamboat, and he did end up coming up victorious, but there was nothing notable for this match from me. There's no nostalgia attached to this storyline for me. It didn't hit. Our next match was real weird. We have adorable Adrian Adonis versus Uncle Elmer. I went into this absolutely loving it just because it was chaotic. It made absolutely no sense. We had some uncle from the Trailer Park versus a character from a Danny Elfman Forbidden Zone-esque movie. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I absolutely loved it. Jimmy Hart was there. Adorable Adonis ended up beating Uncle Elmer. This isn't something that I have to see again, though. You know what I mean? Another match with a team managed by Jimmy Hart. That is Hoss Funk and Terry Funk against the Junkyard Dog, Tito Santana. So Tito Santana is a that I'm not very familiar with, but he was in WrestleMania 1 that I watched last week. You know what? I really enjoy him. He is somebody that I need to look into more. I love Junkyard. I love the Funk Brothers. This was a fantastic match. Jimmy Hart did get involved. He threw Terry Funk the microphone that he holds, and he hit Junkyard 1, 2, 3. It was great. And you know what? We all miss Terry Funk. So it was very nice to see him in this. Loved this match. Next, we're going to get into the steel cage match, which was for the heavyweight championship. Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy. I hated this match. I'm only into WrestleMania 2, and I am already sick of seeing Hulk Hogan. Brother. I understand what he's done for the wrestling business, but I am not a stan. I am not a fan. I don't like him in the ring, but he does bring a good energy. Hulk Hogan did climb out of the steel cage to defeat King Kong Bundy. This was the main event. It was what it was. It was 1986. Take it or leave it. King Kong Bundy, I do enjoy him. I remember him as a kid. But this match just did not do it for me, especially for a main event. So now let's go on to the matches that happened in Illinois at the Rosemont Horizon. First, we had a match for the Women's Championship. This was the Fabulous Moolah versus Velvet McIntyre. If you ever watched the Dark Side of the Ring or know anything about the Fabulous Moolah, she wasn't exactly the nicest person, allegedly. This lady at her big age at 68 years old went over. Not only did she beat Velvet McIntyre and is the WWF Women's Champion at 68 years old, she beat Velvet McIntyre in like 30 seconds. I absolutely hated this. Absolutely hated it. It had no place on the card. It was 1986. So you know what, women, all power to you, but this was not needed. Next match on the card, Warpral Kushner versus Nikola. I hated this match too. I don't care for this Nikola character and the Corporal Kushner with his over-the-top happy American thing.
Display the colors of the red, white, and blue. Your winner, Warpral Kushner.
I just didn't like this. I ended up watching most of it and then just fast forwarding because I'm like, I cannot take this anymore. So this match went in absolutely hating it. It was the 20-man battle royal, but it was like the top stars from WWF against guys from the NFL. If you were on my watch along on the Wrestling for Life network on YouTube, you know that I know nothing about football. I'm from Canada. I grew up watching the CFL, if I watched football at all. Safe to say I didn't know any of the names of these people from the NFL from 1986, that's for sure. They had people on the WWF side come out like Andre the Giant, Iron Sheik, the Hart Foundation. So it was a lot of fun once it dwindled down to mostly WWF stars. The final 2 people in the ring were Andre the Giant and Bret Hart. Andre the Giant did end up winning, throwing Bret Hart over the top rope. Once it did go down, this match actually did surprise me. It was a lot of fun. Battle Royal, NFL against WWF. Now, this is the last match in Chicago. This was for the tag team Championship. This was the Dream Team versus British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid versus Davey Boy. And the Dream Team was Greg Valentine versus Brutus Beefcake. This match was good. If you like tag team wrestling and you haven't seen this one, watch it. Also with the British Bulldog and Dynamite Kid, we had Ozzy Osbourne coming out. This was a great match. Tag team wrestling, go watch it. British Bulldogs did end up walking out victorious as the new tag team champs of the WWE. Now we're gonna head off to the last 4 matches over in New York. I absolutely adore this match. It was Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth, makes it even better, versus George the Animal Steele. Now, I know George the Animal Steele, but for some reason, my brain has blocked him out. I was terrified of him as a kid, and it just started like giving me flashbacks. Like, and the thing is, like, he eats the turnbuckle in this match, and he does that. But what freaks me out the most for some reason is the hairy shoulders. And I am not body shaming if you have hairy shoulders, but there's something about his entire thing in the hairy shoulders. I don't know. This was a really fun match. Animal did end up biting Randy Savage at some point, but Randy Savage did end up winning. I absolutely love that. Go watch this match if you like a little bit of chaos. Next match we're going to talk about is Jake the Snake Roberts versus George Wells. This was an okay match. I love Jake the Snake. This was what it was. This isn't something that I would go back to. And the Snake was in attendance.
Jake the Snake has went on to say in interviews that he did not know the foaming in the mouth moment was going to happen and loved it.
He wrapped him around George Wells. Jake the Snake Roberts did end up winning, so that made this match tolerable. But now the last match we're going to talk about is one of my favorite Canadian wrestlers, if not one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. That is Roddy Piper in a boxing match against Mr. T. Roddy Piper had some actual heat with Mr. T behind the scenes, so this boxing match looked a little real at some points. Roddy Piper also came out with Cowboy Bob Orton, and I always love to see his face. It's an alright boxing match. It did feel a little shoot-y at some point, but like, what do you do in a boxing match? So in the 4th round, Mr. T did end up winning by disqualification because Roddy Piper pushed the ref. After Mr. T did win, Roddy Piper just kept going in on him, so it was something. I'm gonna have to give this entire pay-per-view like a 4 out of 10. I really did not like this. It was a struggle to get through like the 3 hours and 20 minutes of WrestleMania 2. You guys let me know, what is your placement of WrestleMania 2 amongst all the WrestleManias? Do you like this WrestleMania? What was your favorite match? Let me know below. See you next week. I will let you guys know when I will be watching WrestleMania 3. We aren't even close, but let's get to 39 before April. See ya.